Good evening. This is Catalina from Catalina's Visions. And I'm so sorry for I apologize for the disruption. And, today I'm here with my new guest, and he's here to share his story with us. And, a lot of people have been victimized, like by police brutalities, and he's one of the people who were like allegedly, brutalized by police officers, and he's here to share his exclusive story with us. So, would you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Moise Yvenson Alexis, and I am a victim of police brutality, not once but twice. And that's why I'm here, because when I get into those kind of cases, kind of trauma, where the police brutalize me and use excessive force, when it's time to get a lawyer to help me uphold the law and get me justice, it is difficult to get a lawyer to do so. I don't know why, but that's how it is. But I am a victim of police brutality here in Naples, Florida, and also a victim of police brutality in a town called Yonkers, New York. And both times it was hell for me, because the cities, they refuse to admit when they're wrong. So instead of admit they're wrong, they would accuse an innocent man just so they could sweep their corruption under the carpet, like they did the right thing, when in reality they didn't. And when they do those things, it cripples our lives. Not only we can't get jobs because nobody wants to hire nobody with a police brutality job, police brutality case, because when the police beat you, they blame you. And also, it has been so out of hands that you could see now in Ohio, they just killed a pregnant woman that was pregnant, and she died and lost a child, which means that law enforcement doesn't really have no respect for our children, our women, and anybody if you're black. That's why us brown folks, no matter if you're Haitian, Jamaican, Trinidadian, Bahamian, Black American, we have to come together as one, because if you look around, it's like a war on the innocent, a war on black people. And now I'm after this case, I'm in pain. I got bills that comes in from seeing doctors. Yet I can't find one lawyer to represent me. Even the defense attorney's office, they don't want to take my case in Naples, Florida.
And is it the reason why you asked me for help, like so you could address the population or lawyers out there to see if you could get help?
Yes, to see if I could get help, and I thank you for allowing me to be on your platform to share my story. Because whatever we can do to help another, we should do it. Because we are hurting. We are hurting, and like the last thing that happened, my son was maced, that was 16 years old, and the police didn't care. And if there was no camera there, I think the police would have killed me. But there was a camera at the gas station where I was sitting when he came behind me. I wasn't even pulled over. He just came behind me and started harassing me. And it was the same police that's been harassing me 2 months ago. So we definitely need help. We definitely need to stand up. Don't wait till it happened to you then to be advocating. We have to advocate for each other, because if we don't, the situation will just get worse. We remember last time they killed a young 17-year-old boy by the name of Trayvon Martin. when they killed him, this kid was only 17 years old. He didn't commit no crime. He was an innocent young kid. And they televised it and let the killer get away. Why I mention that is to show you the tactic that is used, that is so illegal, and the so-called justice system, they see it, but they kind of bypass it. It's like you are trained when you go to a crime scene. When there's a murder, you're supposed to what? Take the murder weapon and put it into evidence. In his case, the police came and saw the black kid on the floor, killed by a white colored person. They let the killer go home with the gun that killed the kid. So that's not justice. And why I'm here is to get lawyers that are brave enough that will uphold the law. That's not afraid to stand and uphold the law, because we seriously need that. Because he was a kid last time, then we didn't do nothing to get justice, then he become a pregnant woman with a baby inside of her. Then what is next? Our young babies, the next generation that's going to be born. So we have to pay attention and come together as a people. Otherwise, they will genocide us. They will kill us because we're not standing up to their wrong. And the so-called justice system is not doing their job to really, I don't say punish, but hold the police officers accountable for their actions, for not protecting and serving the people, for thinking that they could beat us and kill us and they will get away with the murder because they seen that done. So we really have to come together seriously at this moment in time, because as you can see, the situation is getting worse. The way the police treats us and kill us, the manner that they kill us and the people that they kill. Because in a gang, you know, no women, no children. And these people that are supposed to protect and serve us, they're killing pregnant women. They're killing innocent men that are advocating for righteousness and justice. Young men that are keeping people alive in the community like I do, advocating for people all in the hospitals that they removing their kidneys to sell. People that got hurt at work, everybody's getting paid except for the black victim. I do those things. I don't know if that's why the police came after me, to try to silence me and quiet me down. But they beat me, they miss me, they tase me, and I have the evidence to show that they did that. But I just can't show it to you right now due to my situation. I don't even have a lawyer yet. So anybody listening, if you can help me get a lawyer to represent me, that'd be appreciated. And if any lawyer listening and you feel like you could help me, I live in the state of Florida. If you're qualified to help me in the state of Florida, please feel free to help me. And my email is musa741@gmail.com. Musa, M-U-S-A, the number 1, L-A-N-E, 741@gmail.com. That's my email, musa1land741@gmail.com. And I would appreciate it if I do find some help. And thank you, Catalina, for allowing me on your platform to be able to share what's going on in my life. And I know if it's happening in my life, I'm not the only victim out here that's going through that. And the way the police are finessing their way through this situation, they know that they could get away with killing a black. They know that the blacks, we have no representative. They know that the white supremacy that runs these towns promote them when they victimize us. For example, there's a officer named Melendez that brutalized people in the city, in the jail. He beat up a lot of people. You see, I got a big scar on my temple from him. He get promoted by the jail. He get promoted. But when he beat up a white kid, that's when you find a lawyer that would go and try to talk to the city about this officer's brutality, and that's when they would like reprimand him for his action, like suspend him for maybe a week, and then he'll be back at work. It's like they're letting the Spanish police do the white people job now, so you don't say it's prejudice. And when they're beating us, they violate us, they get promoted. They could just started to be a police for a week, and they violate you. They brutalize you. Next thing you know, they are sergeant or detectives. So they will continue to do that. Then also another problem is that why we're not getting the help we need. When the police do that, we have the right by law to make a complaint on the police. So when we go to make the complaint with internal affair, because the sheriff do not want to take no report on the other police, so we have to go internal affair. So when you go internal affairs, who's the people in charge of the internal affair? Is the ex-police officers of this town, the ex-correctional officers of this town. So when the police do us wrong, they will not investigate it thoroughly, because that's their friends they're investigating. When somebody do the crime inside the county jail where it's a correctional officer, they're not going thoroughly look, because the person in charge of the internal affair probably slept with the person that needs the investigation done on. That's the person peers. That's their old friends. They used to work together. So we're not getting any report done, and without a report, there's no case. Without a report, there's no lawyer that's going to really want to represent you. Then the internal affair, due to the fact that they're investigating their friends, if there's videos in the facility that could prove the truth, they do not put pressure to get those videos, because they know that videos will be used against these police officers, which is their friends, which is internal affairs friends. And those are loopholes that's killing us, and that kept the police so corrupt, because there's nobody that's really checking out on what they're doing to you say reprimand? Is that the word? Reprimand them to make sure that they are doing a job, because a police officer's job is to protect and serve us, not to brutalize us and stereotype us and do prejudice on us. I have videos where they tampered with the evidence, where police told me, white police officer in Naples, Florida, tell me he don't represent my kind. Now, if you don't represent my kind, why would you be a police officer? You will never protect and serve a black person. You will never do the right thing to a black person, because you're prejudiced. You stare right there in my face. And when I went to get the video, they tampered with the video. So I don't see when the police said what he said. But you could tell that the video been tampered with. You know, so we as blacks, we need to come together seriously, because if we think that a Biden or Trump or any white person could help humanity at this time, you are mistaken. Because the time for Satan to govern the world has expired since back then. And that's why you see them, they police, they're worse and worse now. Because they are demonized. They are chipped up where they really don't like us. They really don't like us. So that's why I encourage all of us to, no matter what race you are, if you're a black person, no matter where you are at in the world, this is the time we come together. Otherwise, they're going to genocide us. Because I believe, like, when they kill a pregnant woman and put it on YouTube, on TV like that, is to test us to see how much will we take. And if we cannot stand for a kid being killed, wrongfully killed, innocent kid or innocent woman that is pregnant, I don't care what crime that pregnant woman did, there's no reason to beat that pregnant woman to death with a baby, innocent baby life inside of it. So those are tests they're doing to see how far can they take it?
Okay, I know, like, this is upsetting, and I know you already share your story, and just what I would say, it's you know, police officers, you know, you're here to protect all communities. I know there's a lot of people that are corrupted, you know, like everywhere, in every country, you find that. But the ones that are not good are making the ones that are good, like, look bad. And it's time, like, for them to start doing better, because it's not fair for other police officers, or, like, you know, being seen in a bad way when they're not the cause of problems, you know, they're not causing, like, those all kind of nonsense or brutalities, or, you know, killings and everything. So please try to do better, because we all human. We must, like, stand together. We must embrace one another, you know, not, you know, because you either white, you know, you don't like the black, you know, this is something that should have been, like, being passed, like, in the antiquities, you know what I mean? So it's better now to embrace one another, you know, try to care, showing that you care for, like, everyone, not only one person, but everyone, because this is why you choose your you know, path, you know, to protect, to love, to protect, to caring, you know. So this is what I had to say, and we're gonna end the show. I hope everyone can listen and share for us, share the story, and hopefully they start taking care, like, of the communities, like, they're taking care of their own family, because we're supposed the communities, all communities, supposed to be your family. You're supposed to be protect your family.
But we are not the family, because 98 to 99% of police officers are white supremacists. They was trained since kid. When they come here, they say protect and serve. They want to come and protect and serve the white race. Most white officers, they don't go to school, to go to college to learn the law. We do, if we black. We have to go through the academy. First we have to go to school, learn the law, learn the Constitution, and all of that. And after we do that, we go to the...
I know a few people that I've met who work, and they are educated. They went to school, and nice people.
Yeah, I haven't met an educated white police officer yet. Most of them, they go to the academy, because their dad was police officers, their uncles was police officers, their peoples was in the system, like the mayor of the town. So when they didn't want to go to college and just drink beer, their dad give them the job. So they go to the academy, learn how to shoot, and then they have a badge. Like, I was going to Hodges University studying law. There was an officer there for 10 years. And my professor was Professor Hart. The officer was there for 10 years, and guess what? Guess what? He's in the same class with me, learning basic law. Which means for 10 years he didn't know about the Constitution. He don't know nothing but going to the academy, pulling his guns out, and violating people's rights. And when you have one or two left, they are afraid. Why I say they are afraid? For example, right? Remember there was a story about a guy named Louima. The police stick a plunger up his scrotum, up his butt. And there was one officer, because they were saying they didn't do it. They almost got away with it. But there was an officer that reported that. Do you notice how they never talk about that officer? For the good he did. Nobody talk. It's like they disappear him off the planet, because he reported that the police did them wrong. And those are the type of officers we have that are policing us people that don't serve our kind, which is the prejudice. And when they come in contact with us, all they do is hurt us, like they did to me when I was with my 16-year-old son. And when you see that video, you'll be shocked because I give the police officer my ID. I gave it to my ID, but he didn't even go to his car to look at my ID or run it or nothing. He just bricked the window in my face. And the window is cracked down. I'm talking to them gently. My 16-year-old son I pick up from the movie is sitting right next to me. You know, and I just say my son is 16 years old, he's a passenger. You don't need to see his ID, because I didn't want them to run in the system because he's a clean record kid. And then, bam, they broke my window, they missed me, they tased me, they kicked me on the ground. And I believe that if there was no camera where I was parked at, it would have killed me. And mind you, it's not that I was driving, they pulled me over. Me and my son is sitting at the gas station parking space in the parking lot. We was getting ready, so I asked him what does he want in there. We was getting ready to go inside to go purchase something. As we coming out, there was a private car behind me, but I didn't think it was police. And then as we were about to step out, he turned on the light and told us to stay in the car. And we stay in the car, he walked up to the car. What he did after that was just unacceptable. And it's not officer-like. And if we don't stand up to get these officers fired, one bad apple could rotten the whole tree. That's why I said to you, there's not too much good police left, because the good police are afraid to stand up for righteousness because they are surrounded in precinct with white supremacists around them. That's watching their every move. If they do any little thing wrong, they're quick to kick them out of the precinct. I had a good police I know that was from Chicago, half white, half black. They fired him. Why they fired him is because whenever he come in the community, he didn't arrest nobody. He talked to us, which is his job, connect with the community. He was talking to us, teaching the kids how to be in the community, to be police officers, to stay in school. That's when police, everybody come, nobody ran. Because he was connected with the community. But the fact that he wasn't arresting us, arresting black people, they took him and sent him, I think, to Fort Lauderdale to work, because they have no use for him here because he's not arresting us. You know, Naples, Florida is very, very prejudiced and very conservative. And, you know, he's just, I really need help. When that happened, my son gets scared. And he always called to ask me, hey, Dad, you all right? What's going on? Because he don't know if somebody tried to kill me, because the action the police did was shocking, even to him. Because out of the blue, I asked for a supervisor. I give you my information, and they just broke the window and start missing me. You know, so please,
anyway,
if you're listening.
I'm happy that you're here with us today to share your story. And we'll be closing. And so you said that you're gonna go live in Creole. So
I could do. So. Yeah, I could do that in Creole, so because a lot of parents, when their kids come home and tell their parents that, hey, the police did this to me, they always doubt us. They always think that we must have did something wrong.
Okay, so thank you very much, guys. I know you will be watching, so we appreciate that if you could share the story and share the live, and we would appreciate that. And thank you very much for watching. And please, police officers,
you need to stop it.
Like the ones that are not doing what they're supposed to do and helping the community. Me, I never experienced a bad officers, because to me, they are good people, because they're always nice to me, you know. Every one of them that I've met